Okay, in this video I'm going to give you one simple thing you can do to reduce a lot of your Christmas related stress. Okay, so let's start by looking at why Christmas can be so stressful. I've come to the conclusion that there's two reasons. The first is that we do too much. Okay, so just at the time of year when we should be really crawling into our caves and doing not very much at all, we're actually busier than ever. And the second reason is guilt. Okay, so people spend too much on their credit card, they feel guilty. They eat too much and they feel guilty. They drink too much and feel guilty. A lot of them will go on a diet on the 1st of January and the diet will be over by the 10th of January, and guess what? They'll feel even more guilty. When they open all their presents on Christmas Day, they think of the environment and guess what? They feel guilty. And then finally there's the guilt that a lot of people in the world don't even have enough to eat and we're all overindulging. So this is all a pretty miserable state of affairs. And is there anything you can do about it? I'm going to give you one simple thing you can do to solve both of these problems. This is a website called Kiva, and what Kiva does is it organises microloans. Okay, now a microloan is where someone like you or me gives a relatively small loan to a small business in the third world. Okay, the object of it is not for you to make a profit. The object of it is for you to empower people. And the great thing is that you can choose which small business you're going to loan the money to. So, for example, this is the Chobeli Farmers Group, and they are in Kenya. And what they're looking to do is to borrow $600 so that they can grow and sell maize. So what would happen is with Kiva, you loan in lump sums of $25. So you loan $25 and you are one of the investors in this group. You can see from this page that they've already raised 62% of their $600 aim. And the great thing as well is when I looked at this page, I could find out about the people there. So on the bottom right hand corner, the woman who's wearing the dark clothes is called Violet. She's the facilitator of this group, and Violet's got 8 children at home, and she needs the money basically to help them go to school, to feed them, and to improve the business. So how does this relate to Christmas? Well, one thing I did the other day was I gave somebody a Kiva voucher. I'm going to give it to them for Christmas. You can see there on the home page, you can click the orange link there and you can easily give them a Kiva card. Okay, and there it is, a gift that changes lives. But what I like about this is that your money can go a long way. And I've done some rather, let's say, creative thinking with the money here. It's not entirely accurate, so if you're a financial person, just stick with me and maybe suspend some of your expertise. But on a general level, what I'm saying will apply. So, for example, if I buy a Kiva voucher for £20 and then I give this to somebody else, they then choose which person gets the, gets to be a beneficiary of the loan. Now, so the person I give it to chooses to give it to Violet and her group of farmers, then it's worth a lot more than £20. So in Kenya, let's say it might be worth £200. Okay, now in a year's time, Violet pays me the money back because I loaned it, so I get it back. And what I'm going to do next Christmas, I'm not going to spend that money, I'm going to invest it in another small business. So the whole process repeats. So let's say that in 2 years' time, that money has now grown to be worth £400. So Over the following 3 years, the process repeats again. You lend the money, it's repaid back over 12 months. 3 times £200 is £600, add to £400, it's now worth £1,000. But guess what? So the person that I've given the Kiva voucher to this Christmas feels so good and so inspired by the gift I've given them, they decide to give someone else the same thing next Christmas. And the whole process repeats again there. So look, it's now worth £2,000. So, but looking further on, say the person I've given the voucher to, then they've given someone else another voucher. What if that person then gives someone else a voucher? You can see how it goes out. And it's got a real ripple effect. So these figures are obviously, they're very approximate. I've made them up. They're quite creative, but you can see that your £20 is worth a lot more. It might end up be worth £2,000 in real terms. It might be less, but there's a good chance that it's worth a lot more. But there's something else going on here, and this is what I think the real value of Kiva is. When I look at this group of people, I have got a direct connection with the people that I am helping. And we live in a world where we can communicate with everybody we want at any time for very little money. It doesn't cost us much. But I feel that a lot of people have a real disconnection with the world. So when you give, there is a feeling that it's a drop in the ocean. And I'm not saying that anybody should stop giving, just donating to good causes. They're really vital, they really need the money. But what I'm saying is that this is a good thing to do as well. Okay, so when Violet pays back the $25 to me, I know that not only have I helped her, but I've empowered her, and I can go and use that money and help somebody else. And I'm feeling like I've helped somebody on a very real, personal level. So if you want to find out more, you can go to this webpage, thewebtree.net/Kiva, and underneath there you can see that there's a picture of somebody called Steve Pavlina. Now he's got a personal development blog, and he has done quite a lot with Kiva microloans, and you can read a lot of his experiences, and I've put a link on the web page there. So thanks very much for looking at this video. Please pass it on, because you passing it on might create another loan, which might create more and more and more loans, and this is just something to really help you reduce your stress at Christmas.